This is a slightly shorter and less scripted video than I'm used to, mainly because I just want to give my general thoughts and first impressions in the demo for Red Solstice 2 Survivors that I played a lot of last month instead of working on my other video. It's a top-down tactical shooter where you'll play as a marine with other players fighting off mutants on Mars. You'll have to manage your abilities, your ammunition, your sanity as your teammates stand on another road you want to detonate. All the demo included was a tutorial and a single multiplayer mission. I still managed to put like over 10 hours into it. And I wanted to put more. I just ended up working most of the weekend it was out. The first game, I never played it, but was described as an excellent idea, not the best execution. But I believe the sequel nails that execution. You're walking through streets and it's just incredibly tense knowing there's mutants around every corner, so many objectives to complete, watching everyone's ammo slowly going down. The list goes on, but they absolutely nail the atmosphere they're going for. There's a lot of hordes, and they really show up in the end game if you're not careful. They really show up. It's just fucking crazy. The tension can ramp up even further as you're dealing with the main and side objectives the mission offers, and when you've done the mission a few times, these are easy enough to predict. But there's still enough procedural generation happening here to land an objective right in the middle of the virus biomass and make it one hell of an excursion in order to scan a simple sample. Hopefully in the final game that won't be the case as much, because you know we'll have so many different missions to deal with. So the biomass, that's right, it starts off slow, but it slowly gets bigger, releasing more and more enemies into the area, and practically sectioning off areas of the city unless you're willing to run in and destroy the biomass centers, which is a fucking excursion in and of itself. The demo only offered 5 classes, 4 of which I played, not for lack of time, I just completely fell in love with playing the medic. And there's a really fun setup builder where you can swap out abilities, upgrades, passive bonuses, you name it. You can really, change a class to your playstyle. It makes it really interesting. The visuals are also great. Detailed looking models combined with some really nice animations and environments make for some claustrophobic interiors and creepy exteriors. The fog of war is always making you check your map to see where your nearest ally is when the next little red dot is going to appear to ruin your day. The sound design could use some work, but, I mean, who am I one to talk? I'm sure you can hear the popping noise. But anyway, it's still pretty good enough to manage. It hits the right notes you need. The game is deceptively hard at first, and it's really just a matter of understanding the mechanics and learning how to focus enemies. Not just, unlocking new items and classes, which is a nice change of pace, although, unlocking some stuff is definitely going to help you. There's really not a whole lot of cons to the game. Honestly, my entire time playing it, I was stunned at how a demo from an indie studio was this much fun and had this much content. I dare say the classes could use some rebalancing. Assault and Heavy seem fine, they deal good DPS and they can take some nice damage, they fit the roles. Medic is fun, he's the key to a well-made team, but he has a lack of support abilities. Just give us something more than just I can revive, I can, use this one ability that knocks off all your debuffs. Maybe like more take off debuffs abilities or slightly more powerful regular healing abilities, because right now there's like one ability that works well for him. Marksman seem really underpowered, and it's just because recon exists. I was talking about the biomass earlier, but recon's like the perfect way to take care of it, which in comparison to like everyone else who really struggles with it, he just runs in, drops in an airstrike on, and then leaves. I get if that's his role, but his role also, tidies over in his role of being like a kind of mid-distance fighter who shouldn't be getting up close and personal, except with way better abilities. So I feel like recon could use some rebalancing. But apart from that and some minor glitches, maybe some quality of life changes like mapping the items to WASD and changing the map control so I don't have to control plus a key just to use a mine. This game has so much potential. I seriously had so much fun playing with it. I got my friends playing it who usually don't really play these kind of games, and they actually enjoyed it as well. And I just really want to see when it comes out. I want to see the full game and I want to see what they do with it. I want to thank the developers for the demo because it was so much fun to play. I'll be making a full review when the game releases, hopefully, whenever that is, because I'm probably going to be one of the first people to buy it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I apologize for the lack of content.